so you gave 2 points. The first one is the knowledge versus experience point, and second one was the passion for technology. So can you just
Yeah.
elaborate that knowledge versus experience part, like what you prefer and why?
So basically, definitely, if you ask me right now, experience matters, right? Because that's how uh, people learn. But personally, I actually, as much as I can, try to basically favor kind of give, basically not favor, but give opportunities to freshers, right? Because so when actually passed out, there was huge. Actually, freshers was not given that much opportunities. This is back in 2011, where actually the actual criteria for hiring from the big, because startups and everything was not that much common in India at that time. This big corporation was actually demanding like 1 year, 2 year, this thing, experience letters, right? Now, if they are demanding for each and every position, if they are demanding experience letter, where will freshers go? And because of that, actually, I've seen my close friends suffer a lot, and and that's why basically I actually prefer giving freshers opportunity, right? And also, actually, I think freshers have hunger in them, right? That excitement to work, that hunger to gain knowledge. That actually I like about freshers. So yeah, but actually, if you ask me, experience also matter, because for freshers, right, I'll have to invest my own team's bandwidth to train them, to mentor them, to get it to a level where actually they will go on autopilot mode, right? But with basically with experience, they are already there. So both of them have their own pros and cons.
So you
Yeah.
talked about experience, right? So
Hmm.
many students are like a bit confused about, let's say somebody is working on, let's say, React for engineering from, let's say, third year, and he's in the last.
Hmm.
So somehow he has worked for 2 years on React, right? Now he comes
Right.
to the company and works in company for 2 years. So how those 2 years which he worked while he was in the college, and those 2 years when he worked in the company, so how
Hmm.
different are those two?
Yeah, actually, it's very difficult, and I actually see this in people because so passion-wise and let's say uh, coding-wise, it's almost same. But let's say, for example, or maybe more in let's say passion-wise, it's more in freshers, right? Because they are very passionate about building something. They are fresh. Like हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना, वैसे गरम खून होता है. So they are actually basically very passionate to keep on coding, build something, put it on production. They like seeing people using their products, right? So that's actually good there. But the only thing with, let's say, the freshers or maybe students coming right out of college, few things, right? For example, let's say variable name. So in companies, right, variable name has to be meaningful, and those kind of things actually college students take some time to pick up when they start doing job. Because for so even when I was a fresher, my variable name like ABCD or something like that, right? Because at the end, what college people, when I was in college, actually what I used to think is um, the business logic and working of that code matters, the result output matters, right? Variable name and everything is kind of non-useful or maybe not that important. But let's say when you come to industry, right, when you come to uh, corporates and startups and everything, the one thing actually takes time for, let's say, college students to learn is it's not only your code, right? Because in college maybe we like either that core personal piece of code is used for your personal project or something, or maybe it can be a collaborative for a like 4 or 5 people team, right? Where variable names can be as trivial as possible. But when you go to startups, when you go to companies, that code will last for a long time. And if someone in future wants to edit that, they need to know what that variable does. If I give something variable name like temp or something, uh, it's they will not understand. They'll have to basically go through that code, understand it. It's time consuming, right? And when you go to startups and companies or maybe corporates, right, time is money. So the like maximum time you spend, it's affecting the revenue, right? So yeah, that's something it takes time to learn basically. But I think, yeah, people, I think that's something college should start focusing on right now. Universities should start train people, make college student understand why something as trivial as variable name, why does it matter, why does it basically, uh, what is the importance of giving a meaningful variable name or function names or maybe class name, right? Whatever that is. Yeah, so something like that. Indentation is another thing which I see people from, let's say, coming out of college. At least I used to not care about indentation as long as I know what my code is and it's like okay is indented. I can read it. It was okay for me. But let's say, 4 space versus 2 space, tab versus spaces, those things as well matter when you come to companies. Yeah.